Valentine's Day. I am so excited. I'm wearing red to be festive for the occasion, and this is a dress that you can get on trishastreasurechest.com. I have to say it because it's the last day. You get 20% off if you use the code word VDAY20. So when you check out, make sure you do VDAY20. You get 20% off for your entire order. Everything on the store, even our new dresses. We have these in red and black, and I absolutely love them. I think they're adorable. Enough self-promotion. Let's get into the Ask Trisha Love Edition special. I asked you guys on Twitter to ask me questions and hashtag it Ask Trisha Love Edition so I can find them easily. And yeah, a lot of you did, so I'm excited to answer these questions. So let's get started. So Ronnie Love asks, hashtag Ask Trisha Love Edition. What was it like dating the Muslim guy you dated? Oh, well, okay, so that's a loaded question because one, I have to explain how we met. So Amir was his name, and he was straight off, like straight up Persian, straight up from Iran. He was from Shiraz, and so he was like literally only over here for like a year. He did like construction and made a lot of money, and I actually met him at the strip club that I worked at. Godfather's in Canoga Park is very heavy based Persians, a lot of Hispanic but a lot of Persians, and the people who run it are Persians. So I actually met him through the manager at the time over there, and he'd come in all the time, and it was great, and we ended up actually dating outside of the club, and it had nothing to do with money. He was just a really nice and sweet guy. He was like, he was here for work for like 9 months, well, about a year, I guess. So he would like come in and just talk and literally not get dances from anybody, but except for me, of course. But no, we went out. It was great. Persian culture and our culture, like, okay, I'm talking about Persian culture as in like the Irani culture over there is so different than the American culture. I know he wasn't happy when I wore short skirts. It would like irritate him. At the beginning, he loved it. He thought it was fun and very Americanized, but when we got to be more serious and I was going to go back over, he has a company in Tehran, when I was going to go over there with him, it like was really serious because like, he's like, you cannot wear this, you have to do this, you have to, there were so many rules in the Muslim culture that I was just not really ready for at the time, and I was young. I was like 20 or something, or maybe 21, I can't remember. I was pretty young, so I just wasn't really ready for all of that, and I just didn't really feel like I wanted to move forward because being a Catholic and dating a Muslim, it wasn't a conflict of interest to date. It would have been a conflict of interest to like get married, to have kids, which is like kind of where it was headed, so I kind of put the brakes on that. But yeah, he was great, and he was funny and awesome, and he truly cared about me. He was such a gentleman. Like, that's one thing I can say. He's the only Persian guy I've dated, but he was such a gentleman. Like, he just wanted to make sure everything was taken care of for me and paid for everything. It was really nice. He was a great guy. Okay. At Nivy Baby, Ask Trisha Love Edition, what's the #1 most important thing in a relationship? Definitely trust. I don't even have to think about that, trust, because all my relationships have failed because someone doesn't trust someone in the relationship. It's bad. Everyone should get your trust until they have a reason to break it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people say you have to earn trust. Well, I let everyone start off with a clean slate. I don't judge you by my last boyfriend. I trust you until you do something to break my trust. Okay, whoa, she did a lot. Nivy Baby, you did so many. I'll answer one more. Night in watching movies, eating junk food, and cuddling on the couch, or 5-star restaurant and staying somewhere for V-Day. I love going to 5-star restaurants and staying in like a hotel because it's Valentine's Day. I cuddle and eat junk food like on a regular basis in my relationship, so I like to go all out. If I have a boyfriend, if I'm single, obviously I'm going to be cuddling alone, and I'm sorry my voice is like, oh, it's like going in and out. But I like to be taken out on Valentine's Day. I think it is a really special day. It doesn't necessarily have to be on Valentine's Day, like today's a Thursday. So it doesn't necessarily have to be tonight. But I think like the weekend, I'm going to Indiana. Nothing says romance like Indiana. But no, but like just to do something special, because it is a day of love, and if you love someone, you should show it. I mean, I know it's kind of a silly holiday, like, oh my gosh, like, why celebrate it? But I remember I used to celebrate it. Like, my mom would get us gifts when we were like in high school and stuff, just to kind of say I love you. I mean, that's a great holiday. Like, you shouldn't need a holiday to say I love you, but it's nice to have one and get all festive and be reminded. At Bald Duckling asks, hey Trish, I'm just wondering what your best date was. Oh my gosh, best date. I don't know. That's a really tough question. One of my I don't know. I haven't had a lot of good dates, but a lot of them are with exes, and I don't know. I would like to say I'm waiting for my best date yet. At Han is not on fire X, asked Trisha Love Edition. Is there a difference between loving somebody and being in love? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is just life. Sometimes people can love you, or you can love someone without being in love with them. It's happened on both ends, both ways for me. I've had someone care about me and love me, but they just weren't in love with me, and you kind of have to see if you're okay with that or not, because if you want to be in love with someone and they just love you, it's like, hopefully you can still be friends, but it's hard. And I've had numerous relationships with guys who I've dated and, you know, I've had feelings for, I cared a lot about, but I just didn't feel that passion and that fire. And that's not something you can fix. That's not something that's on you or on them. It's not. It's just a feeling of being in love and just getting butterflies. And if you don't get those butterflies, that's not anyone's fault. It's just not meant to be. It's just not a love connection. But to love somebody and care about somebody is a great thing as well. And to, you know, hopefully you can stay friends with them if you truly love them and care about them. I have a very few people that are my friends. I have like a handful of them. But each one of those guys and girls, I love. I'm not saying I'm not in love with them. Like my best friend Jeff lives in Boston. Oh my gosh, my love for him is just outpouring. I would give my life for him. I'd give anything for him. He's just my love. I love him. I'm not in love with him. I don't get giddy. I don't get butterflies. I'm not wanting to pounce on him. You know what I'm saying? So there is definitely a difference. And sometimes it can be a very blurry line, and you don't know if you're in love or just you have love for them. But my advice is to figure it out and make sure you're open with the other person. Let them know. It's better. Oh my gosh, my hair is like Ball Central today. It's just better to let them know. Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, it's better to let them know in advance, so if they're falling in love with you and you're not for them, they can either cut a break with you and go move on, or, you know, just be happy with being friends with you. At Alley Track, hey girl, hey! Asher Love Edition, what's your idea of a perfect Valentine's Day date for a new relationship and a long-term relationship? A new relationship, I think, is great to celebrate Valentine's Day. Just something casual, like going out to dinner, maybe going to a place that you just went for your first date. So like if you were dating someone for 2 months, like where was the first date you had? Just go there and just be like, hey, this is kind of cool. Long-term relationships should definitely be more extravagant in my opinion, or what you can afford, you know. We always took a vacation with my ex-boyfriend that I was in a long-term relationship. We went to Santa Barbara, went to Newport, we did all these fun things. So, but if you can't afford that, you know, just do something extra special. Maybe, you know, lay out and watch the stars in like the forest or the backyard or something. I don't know, just go the extra mile. If you can do a little getaway, things are pretty cheap now. Like hotels have gone down a lot. Like Vegas, I mean, I'm on the West Coast, so like going to Vegas is really nothing. It's like $50 to go. And like the hotels are like 30. I mean, you can do a whole night or 1 day weekend, 2 day weekend for like 100 to like $300, and it's pretty nice. So that could be your present rather than exchanging physical things. Like, I don't know. I know, I'm kind of materialistic. As I'm answering these questions, I'm kind of thinking like, oh geez, I really like vacations, but you know, High Maintenance Girl did a whole video about them. Check it. Okay, at the Unique One, just want to say hi. Oh, well, they hashtag that as Trisha Love Edition. At 2K Rager, oh hi, by the way, Unique One. At Trisha Paytas, are you dating Dolph Ziggler? No. That's funny though. At Miss Jenna _, how do you tell your boyfriend that you once dated / had sex with one of his friends before you knew him? I guess evaluate it. Do you really need to tell him that? I mean, maybe, maybe not. And if you feel like you have to tell him, I don't think it should be a big deal. It's before you knew him. Like, if you just want to get it off your chest, then just tell him. Just come out and tell him. Honesty is always the best policy. And if he can't handle that, then he's crazy, because that was what he's supposed to do, is never have sex with anyone before you met the guy you're dating now. Like, no. Just tell him, girl. At Crybaby _ does it, how would you define love? What's the best V-Day gift you ever got? Also, can you please follow me? How would I define love? I guess I would define love as just having unconditional feelings for someone. Unconditional, like you just support them no matter what, I guess would be my definition of love. If you love someone, you stick by them through and through. I mean, my family, I know, loves me because I've made so many mistakes. I've done so many mess ups in my life, and they still love me. Same thing with close friends. If you would give your last cent to somebody. That's love, because you're just like, we're in this life together. I love you as I love myself, and you know, that's it. You just support them unconditionally. Oh, you wanted me to follow you, girl. Let me see here if I follow you. All right, girlfriend. There it is. Follow. Okay. Holly BL, do you think there's a difference in loving God, your partner, family, and friends? Partner, family, and friends, I think love is kind of the same. I think love for God is something so great and so big that no one can even like touch here on earth. You know, I think when you truly love God 100%, it's just sort of like you just give yourself up for Him. If He wants you to change something, you change it, because God is all-knowing. As opposed to your partner and family and friends, you know, someone's like, oh, Trisha, you should change careers, or you should not be doing this. You know, I'm kind of like, who are you to say that? I love you, but let me do my own path. If God gives me a sign and tells me I'm not doing something right, or I'm not going down the right path, I'm going to listen, you know, no matter what. He's all-knowing. So there's a little difference. And of course, with the partner and family and friends, I mean, family and friends, you have like that love. And then with the partner, you should have that same sort of love, but you just have that extra heightened sexual love, passion, if you will. This one's really funny. At Sunny Astronaut, do you guys expect sex the night of Valentine's Day and what if I'm on my period? They may expect it, but you don't have to give it. And if you're on your period, well, you know, that's a whole nother video, period sex. I mean, if you're comfortable with the guy and he's like, whatever, then go for it. And if not, it's a really good excuse to get out of having sex with them. At Casey_SOF_217, what are your biggest deal breakers? Well, right off the bat, cheating. I mean, but that's sort of a given. I mean, that's not, I mean, who wouldn't that be a deal breaker? But I'm also a girl who I am financially independent. I am pretty stable in my career and just everything. So I like a guy who is either of equal or more to me, in the sense that he is financially stable, he's independent, like, you know what I'm saying? I think people like to find people who are equals, or, you know, like I said, like a little bit above. And sorry, I was just like, okay. So I just like a guy who's definitely has his own thing going on. And yeah, I mean, that's like, so I guess if you're not, if you lack motivation in life, if you don't have goals in life, it's like, it's a big deal breaker / turn off. So I guess that's a couple different things. Another deal breaker is I'm not one to like, I'm very into the masculine types. So not that I'm saying I haven't dated, you know, artsy, creative people, but it's like sometimes, I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but sometimes, you know, I don't know. I think just it's an attraction thing. I guess turn-offs and deal breakers are a couple things, but definitely the cheating is a deal breaker. And if he's not close with his family, it's a deal breaker. I guess the other stuff's more just like turn-offs, which you guys did not ask me about, but yeah. At Latina Lace 01, what is a good Valentine's gift for a guy? My go-to gifts for guys are colognes. I think I have a really good nose for men's fragrances, and I love the Abercrombie Fierce and the Tiffany & Company's For Men's Sport. Both are really, really good scents, and give them a little Tiffany bag. They'll feel all special. Trust me, guys like it too. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for your questions. I hope you have a really great Valentine's Day. I am doing a live show today, so hopefully you guys can come. It doesn't matter if you're single or with someone. It's a day of love. You're loved by somebody. That somebody could be your family, it could be God, and it's definitely me. I love my fishies more than anything, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Kisses for my fishies. Mwah! Bye guys.